What's up, guys? Kyle here with Crypto Theory. All right, time for a Crypto Showdown. We're talking XRP versus XLM, Ripple versus Stellar. Which one should you be looking at right now? Which one's on our radar that we want to purchase more of? And ultimately, which one do we think has the better opportunity? This is going to be a very interesting video because both of them have very, very good things that we like about them. Both of them have some stuff that we don't like about them. And ultimately, which one do we believe is the one to buy right now during this dip? Now, this is not professional financial advice. It never is. This is just our humble opinion on this. So, take that for what it's worth. And with that being said, before we jump into this, guys, make sure to smash up those likes. If you like XRP, if you like Stellar, we love both of them. We think that they're both great projects. So smash up those likes. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those notifications for us. With that being said, let's jump in and let's talk about this. Okay, so overall, the market, not too bad today. You can see Ripple enjoying a great day, up 17% right now, up over $1 again. The market's starting to bounce back a little bit. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're not out of the woods yet. However, we've been saying for the last few weeks, as the market was having a little bit of a bearish turn to it, we didn't believe that the bull run was ending or anything like that, like so many other people were speculating. We didn't believe that. We believed that it was just going to be a correction and that we would turn bullish again in the near future. And, we'll see. But I think in the near future, we do have that opportunity to do so. So you can see overall, actually, 24-hour trade volume in the market up pretty significantly today compared to where it was yesterday. So that's pretty nice. This is being filmed the night before. You guys are going to see this and everything. But you can see Ripple right now up 17%. How's Stellar doing today? Stellar's up 9%. So both of them can, performing pretty well, enjoying some nice gains. Both of them today. But the ultimate question on at least my mind right now, because I am looking to accumulate a little bit more during this dip. I've been accumulating the whole time and I'm looking to get a little bit more. And to me, it kind of came down between these two. These are the last ones that I'm kind of looking at. I've gotten what I want out of all my other positions and everything. These are two of them that are kind of on my radar. Which ones do I want? And right now, I'm going to say that I'm looking at Ripple, okay? So we're going to go XRP on this, and we're going to kind of break that down why right now for you. But this is the one I'm more bullish on at the time, okay? That doesn't mean it's the better project, doesn't mean anything like that. Just at the time, I'm more bullish on this. And why is that? Well, first and foremost, if we look at the charts, okay, we know that Ripple's all-time high was $3.40, 3 years ago, okay? I remember that day really well. I should have sold when it hit there, or even when it went over $3. I got greedy and, paid the price on it. We all live and learn. But, it reached $3.40. Right now, it has really struggled to even get back over $2. Still with the SEC investigation looming over it and everything, people still not fully confident back in Ripple yet. However, what I can say is rest assured, guys, the tech is there, the team is there, the project in general is rock solid. As long as they can clear this SEC hurdle, I think it's off to the races for Ripple, and we're going to cover why here in just a second. And then you've got Stellar. Again, a great project. Both of them very, very competitive with one another. The founder of Stellar, the CEO of Stellar, Jeff McCaleb, actually was a co-founder of Ripple when they first started out and everything. So, they know each other very, very well. They play in the same space. They just do a little bit different things. They're both in the transaction space. However, Stellar is more for the unbanked, whereas Ripple is going after the banks. Okay, so if we look at the chart for Stellar, the interesting thing here is it still has yet to break its previous all-time high in a time, and this is a top 20 crypto. I mean, it's not like it's not a great project. This is a great project, number 16, in a time when every other crypto, it seems like, has already broken its previous all-time high from 2017, 2018. Stellar still cannot get over that hump. It has not broke that 75-cent mark. Kind of disappointing, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of disappointing because we do love this project, and it does feel a little bit like it's underperformed at times. Not saying that it hasn't done well, because obviously, if you were able to get in at some of these prices down here, then you've done extremely well either way with it. However, it does feel like it's underperformed a little bit during this run so far, especially as all these other projects have really done well. And you might be saying, well, Ripple hasn't even been close to its previous all-time high. Yeah, well, Ripple also has this looming over it right now, and Stellar doesn't. However, the thing I will say with Stellar, and part of the reason why I do think that they have yet to, blow past that previous all-time high and establish new ones, I do believe that the SEC investigation against Ripple has actually affected Stellar. At a time when a lot of us thought that this was Stellar's chance to kind of kick Ripple while they were down, this was their chance to break through and establish themselves as the dominant one in the space, at least until Ripple got back up and going. It was really Stellar's chance to shine. However, I think, this is just my speculation, I think that SEC investigation actually has hurt Stellar as well, because it's hurting anybody in that space that kind of plays in the same ballpark as what Ripple is doing with their stuff, okay? So I think ultimately it actually ended up hurting them more than it helped them. Nobody would have thought that originally, but I do get kind of that feeling that that's the sentiment around Stellar, okay? So ultimately, why am I more bullish on Ripple in the long run? Well, as we talked about the other day, Ripple is potentially going to be going public. Ripple Labs will potentially be announcing that they are going public if and when this SEC investigation goes away. It is looking better and better all the time for that investigation. And truth be told, I mean, right now, it's a higher ranking crypto as it is. However, when it doesn't have this looming over it, I mean, guys, this is a top 5 easily, but typically this is a top 3. This is at one point a project that had actually dethroned Ethereum as the number 2. Not for very long. However, it did actually do that. Now, could it potentially do that again? I don't know about that, because I do think Ethereum will ultimately unseat Bitcoin. But I think Ripple does have that potential to get back up in there if they can kind of clear this main hurdle. Now, with that, not only the potential of them going public, however, XRP, Ripple, whatever you want to say, they have the Ripple army is one of the largest followings in all of crypto. They have a massive social following, tons of people that love Ripple. I think it's a great project. Like I said, I was scared off like many people were back in December when this whole SEC thing dropped. I'll be honest, I sold my Ripple because I was worried about what was going to happen. However, I have been buying back in, kind of trying to accumulate it as things were starting to look better and better for that whole lawsuit. I was staying right away from it until that was all taken care of. And I really now want to try to accumulate as much as I can. Now, here's another really interesting thing. They've both performed very similarly over the last year. 467% roughly for Stellar, 413%. So very, very similar results over the last year for both of them. But here's one more thing that I want to point out if we're going to be talking, which one I'm ultimately more bullish on, okay? So XRP was delisted from a ton of exchanges when this whole thing dropped, okay? When that hit, they were delisted from a ton of exchanges. Now, you can see they still have a ton of options available. Kraken, HitBTC, Huobi, they've got Binance. I mean, there's still a ton of options. However, the one that they still have yet to get back is maybe the most significant and most important of all, Coinbase, okay? Because you can look on here and see Coinbase is a major player for XLM. That's where a ton of their volume comes from. I mean, you can look at that 86 million of their volume, 7% just right there in XLM USD, okay? And I'm sure that would be a massive, massive boost for Ripple once they can get back onto Coinbase, because I do believe, again, once this whole thing is cleared up, I think that Ripple does get back on Coinbase, and ultimately that's going to give them a massive boost because there's going to be so much more trade volume that's coming into that. Investors start to get that confidence back as well, okay? If Coinbase is listing them again, that means that Coinbase is confident in everything going on with Ripple. Obviously, that's going to give investors confidence because people trust Coinbase because it is one of the best, if not the best, exchanges out there. And ultimately, if Ripple is looking at going public, what better thing for them than to get back onto Coinbase, the company that now is public, and kind of get back into their good graces and get back on there. So ultimately, to me, I think that the pros far outweigh the cons at this point with XRP. Now, again, if you would have asked me 5 months ago, I would have said, no, absolutely not. I'm staying right away from that until, and I did say that, until we get some good news about this. I think that we have gotten, and again, guys, this is not professional financial advice. However, I do believe that we have gotten enough confirmation coming out that this is going to be either settled or dropped, or something's going to happen and it's going to turn in Ripple's favor where they can really start to pump again. And I think when they do, the bullish momentum, especially if they get back on Coinbase, is going to be overwhelming, okay? And also, like I said, look at the potential of where they have to still go. They haven't even cracked $2 yet this year. They still have plenty of room to be able to grow comparative to Stellar, which, again, I love this project. This isn't me saying, stay away from Stellar. I think that it's a great project, one of my favorites, but it just doesn't have as much room to go just to get that all-time high. Now, that's not saying that's as far as they're going to go this year. I think that they both will not only break their all-time highs, but crush them. I just feel like Ripple has more room to grow. Not saying that it will. I'm just saying it has the higher potential with everything that we've kind of just discussed right there. I think that ultimately the potential of Ripple will carry it through and will ultimately bring larger returns and larger gains to investors. Okay. So guys, that's my opinions on it. Again, not professional financial advice, just my thoughts on it. Let us know in the comments below. Are you more bullish on XLM or XRP? With that being said, guys, that's all we got. We'll catch you in the next one.